Hi everyone, it's Mr. Roden again. These two examples that I'm going to show you in this video will help you answer two of your quiz questions. Okay, so the first question is, plot the point 0, -2, and 7, 1, and then find the distance and the midpoint between them. Okay, so plotting points on a coordinate plane, the xy axis, is a prerequisite skill you should have coming into this class. Okay, so 0, -2 is right there. Oops. That's 0, -2, 7, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 1. So it's 7 units to the right of the origin and 1 above. Okay, those are the 2 points. Now, they're asking you, find the distance between them. So if you draw a line, how long is that line? Okay, well, there is a formula you should write down and memorize. It's the difference between the x coordinates squared plus the difference between the y coordinates squared. Now, where did these x2, x1, y2, y1 come from? It's from here. This is the first pair of x and y. So they have a subscript 1. This is the second pair of x and y, and they have subscript 2. So that's where it comes from. You just need to plug it in. x2 minus x1 is 7 minus 0 squared. y2 minus y1, 1 minus -2. Be careful, subtracting a negative number, a little tricky. This is 7 squared plus, this is 1 minus -2 is actually 3 squared. So we've got 49 plus 9. Not a perfect whole number, but the distance between those 2 points is square root of 58, approximately 7 point something, right? Okay, that's the distance. Now, where's the midpoint? Somewhere around here. The midpoint. You can actually find that using a formula. Simple, more simple than the distance formula. To find the coordinates of the midpoint, you just average the x coordinates. And since there's only 2 of them, you average it by adding them together and dividing by 2. Oops. Need more space. Average the y coordinates. Okay, so it's the average of the 2 coordinates. So x1 plus x2 is 0 plus 7. Divide that by 2. -2 plus 1, divide that by 2. You've got 7 over 2, -1 over 2. You can keep it like this, and that does make sense. Or, if you wanted to turn it into decimals, 7 over 2 is 3.5, and -1/2 is -0.5. And you can see that seems correct. See, 3.5. This point does look like 3.5, -0.5. Okay, so that's the distance formula and the midpoint formula. Now, before I move on to the next example, I want you guys to be not only book smart, I want you to be street smart. A book smart student just follows formulas and then leaves it, okay? Which is all right, but the distance formula actually came from the Pythagorean theorem. That's where it came from. And if you remember the Pythagorean theorem from geometry, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. If you want to kind of see where it came from, make a triangle here and look. This is actually, the hypotenuse of that right triangle. And let's say this is A and this is B. See? So if we use the Pythagorean theorem to sort of check our answer for the distance formula, how does it go? A squared plus b squared equals c squared. We can see that this is 3 units. And just by counting the squares, and this is 7. So it's 3 squared plus 7 squared. And all I did was count the squares to see that. Okay, 9 plus 49. See what's going on? 58. If I square root both sides, I'll get square root of 58. See, so the distance from there to there is square root of 58, just like we got in the distance formula. Okay, so again, a street smart math student has ways to check their answer, not just the formula and then plugging in. That's sort of like a by rote method. Try to use everything you know, graphs, other pieces of information to get it correct. Okay, next question. Sketch the region. Ooh, okay. Now this is, I don't know why they made this the first question ever on Math 115 with really difficult technical writing, but sketch the region in the XY axis that is described by this. You need to be able to read these mathematical symbols. These brackets means the set of what? Oh, coordinates. Okay, so it's asking you what are the coordinates, and then this means such as. So this is math writing. Math is a language. You need to be able to read it, especially if you're a computer science major. You're going to learn lots of different computer languages. Every symbol means something. So this is, okay, sketch the region of the XY axis that are the coordinates where x is greater than 3. The x coordinates, where are the x coordinates greater than 3? And at the same time, the y coordinates are less than or equal to 5. Okay, this is where you also need to know your way around the XY axis. First of all, what coordinates have the x coordinates greater than 3? Well, let's look at a few examples. This point right there, that's 3, 0. This is 3, 1. This is 3, 2. So this is where all the coordinates are exactly 3. And you can see x, when the coordinates are exactly all 3, that it actually forms a vertical line. Now, I don't want equals 3. I want greater than 3. So where are the coordinates or the points where their x coordinate is greater than 3? It's this way. All the points here have x coordinate greater than 3, okay? So they're asking you to sketch the region where it's greater than 3, and I don't want it touching this line, so I'm going to make it dotted. Dotted, dotted. Okay, so everything in blue here are the coordinates that have x coordinates greater than 3. Now, at the same time, though, there's one more condition here. What about the y's also have to be less than 5. So where's 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's y equals 5. So it has to be less than that, below it. So this way. So all these points below this yellow line, the y coordinates of the points are less than or equal to 5. When it's less than or equal to, this is a solid line. When it's just greater than or less than, this is dotted line. This is solid. So look what I drew here. All this part right here, this is the answer to this question. In your web design, it's multiple choice. So what you're actually looking for, you're looking for a picture that has a solid line for the y's, a dotted line like that, and it's below the y's 5, and then to the right of the x's 3. Okay, so you're looking for something like this. That's how you answer this question. In my opinion, this is a very conceptual, kind of a difficult question for like the beginning of a chapter, but I just translated all those symbols for you. Find the coordinates such that the x's are greater than 3, and then the y coordinates are less than or equal to 5. And this right here, all the points in there are is the solution. That's it. Bye.